Hey guys, I'm Gamer Mate, welcome back to a new video. So I'm here inside my prison game, part 3. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make it so if you're on the prisoners team and you escape, then you become a criminal. And also like different escape ways, so example if you get a key card from policemen, then you're able to go through a key card door. So let's get into the video. Just before we start, I'm just going to go inside of my start GUI and team change. And then you don't actually have to do this, I'm just going to make it so the GUIs look a bit better. So if you have this plugin, it's called Roundify, you can see it here. And if you click on your open button and click Roundify, a little window should appear. You can't see on the recording, but there should be a button saying Roundify. And if you click that, then a round GUI should appear. And if you want to make it so you can see a text over it, just change the Z index on the button to 2. So that looks a bit better. And if you want, you can also rename it. So let's just call this colour. Again, you don't have to do this. This is just so I can customise my GUI. So first I'm going to be building a fence, so players can't actually escape. Let's change the studs to 1. And now I'll just copy paste these and duplicate and put it onto the other side. Also, let's just close the toolbox because you don't need that. So we can also place down a brick wall, so it could be like an explosive wall, so it just looks a bit different. So let's put this around the back and then make it same size. And this time, instead of it being a fence, we can make it brick. And then we can also change colour to like this reddish colour. And then I'm just going to put this on the other side. Okay, so here's our map. If we just group these fences, you can do Control and G, or you can click group up here. And then let's rename it to fence. Oops, capitals. And then just copy paste that name. And then we could just change these to brick wall. Here we go. And then inside workspace we can actually add in a folder. And then rename this folder to escapes. I mean, if you want, you can also make a new folder, and name that to spawns. This makes it so the game is easier to find all your objects in your game. Okay, so now if we actually put our escapes in, so I want one on this brick wall. So let's make it like a little hole we can escape through, we can actually blow up. So I'll just make a little hole in the wall. And then fill it up near the top, so it's kind of like a little door. Let's zoom in. Select this. There you go. So this will be our escape. Let's duplicate it and drag it down so it looks like this wall. But then let's name this to explosive wall. And then let's also change colour so it's a bit more noticeable. Make it a bit darker. So now if you go up to it, you can see it's slightly darker. And if your player like clicks it, then it'll wait a few seconds, then it'll explode. And then let's just drag this inside our escapes folder. Okay, so now we have one escape. And then let's also just make a quick police tower, so you can actually go through by a keycard door. Okay, so I just built this police tower. So what I did was just build this out of parts, and then I left a little hole here so then there could be a ladder. And then this is just the keycard door from inside the police station. So So that's just the same script. Then if we select all this, and then group, and then we can name it to police tower. So that's police tower. This can also go inside buildings. And then if we make like a little gap here, so if I just slide this across and drag it in, and then drag it back. Okay, so now I just filled in the gap. So if we close that off now. So if you go in and you have a key card, then you can't actually go anywhere. So I'm just going to be adding in a ladder. So if you click on the plus on workspace, and then add in a truss part. Now you can see there's this weird little brick with holes in it. But if you actually grow it, you can see it gets ladders on it. So if you just put this down here, then your player will be able to climb up this. Okay, here we go. So here's our ladder. If you test it out, I'm also just going to change the material to plastic. So if we test this out, so if you just click play, and if we go on the prisoners team, then we actually won't have a key card. So I'll have to turn into a policeman. And then okay, so now once we're in, and then click team change, and then join police. And once we reset, we should be inside our police station with a key card. Here we go. So if we walk over to this police tower, and then if we get out our key card, walk into the door, so that works, that opens. Then after a few seconds it should close. There we go. Again, if you have a key card, when it opens. But then if you climb up this ladder, so you can see that works, and then we're in top of the tower. And then your player will be able to jump out, and then escape the prison. So now that works. So if you click your wall, and then click plus, choose click detector, and then you can also change how far you can actually click it. So let's try 10, and then if you want you can get a custom cursor, so you can say like explode or something. And then if we add in a script and scroll in, we can type in script.parent.click detector .mouse click :connect, and then function, and then 2 brackets, and then go down. So now the end should appear with a bracket, and then we can do script.parent, which is the wall, .transparency equals to 0.5. So then it actually looks like it's gone. So if you change to 0.5, you can see it should look like this for a second, and then go back to normal. So we head it back into our script, and then if we change it to can collide equals false, so then our player can actually walk through it. So script.parent.can collide equals to false. And then also let's find the explosion sound, so then it actually sounds like the wall is exploding. So audio explosion. And then it's here. Okay, that's not an explosion. Okay, that one's too long. Okay, no. Okay, this one will do. It's only 3 seconds. So then if you just drag the sound into our wall, to make sure it's not actually inside of like the click detector or script, and then we can just change the name to sound, and then I'll just change volume to 1. Okay, so that sound will play every time you click the wall. So back into our script, we could do, if you just close off the toolbox, so then we can do script.parent.sound colon play and then 2 brackets. And then now this will add in a weight. If we put 10, you can actually put whatever number you want. The bigger the number, then the longer the door will stay open. Okay, so now if we do script.parent.transparency equals to 0, script.parent.canCollide equals to true, and then we actually don't need the sound for this because it shouldn't explode once it goes back to normal. Okay, so guys, now I'm just going to be doing it. So once it explodes the wall, then an explosion appears. So first thing is add in a bit of fire inside the wall, so it should look like this. And then make the size to, let's try about 20. Here we go, so then this will appear for a second. Let's change the heat to about 5. Here we go. So you can kind of see it looks like an explosion. But now inside properties, just click enabled, so it's not enabled. And then inside the script, then we can go down and do script.parent.fire.enabled equals to true. And then go down, add in a weight. Let's put like for 1 second it should appear for. And then script.parent.fire.enabled equals to false. Also, I'm just going to make it so you only wait 2 seconds before it explodes. Also, let's make it so transparency is 1 when you explode it, so it looks like it actually disappears. And then let's test it out. So if you close off script and click play here, then once it loads and we explode the wall, then we'll be able to go through. And then you also see the explosion. So if you click this, wait 2 seconds, it explodes, you can see the particle, and then it disappears. Then after a few seconds, then the wall should appear again. Okay, so now that works. So now we're going to be doing it, so if you click C on your keyboard, then you'll be able to crouch. Or we can also make it so there's a button if you're on mobile, and then you click that, and then your player also crouch. And then we can also add in another escape, so there's like a little hole in the fence, and then if you click C to crouch and go through it, then you escape. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. So if we click C, then we'll be able to go through. So first thing, to make your own animation, click plugins, and then build rig, then block rig. And then if you just put it on the floor. And then if you click animation editor, click that, and then click your rig. And then you can name your animation clip. So let's name it to crouch. Or let's actually name it to C to crouch. There you go. So what we're just going to be doing is making it so it's in like a crawling pose. First thing, let's just untick these so we can actually move him freely. So if we go and rotate, and then move him down so it's like this. And then if you select his head, make him look up, so he's kind of looking forwards. And then if you get his arm, then stretch out a bit. And then we can select the lower arm and drag it forwards. And then same on this one. And then I'm just going to make mine backwards a bit so it looks like he's kind of walking. Like this. And then let's put one leg forwards and one down, so it's kind of like bending down like he's walking. And then on this one, select the top, bend it back, and bend it slightly back. So you can kind of see it looks like he's crawling. Here we go. So we only need it to be in one pose. And then if we just save this, so you can't see it in the recording, but if you click these 3 dots, then a little window should appear, and click save. And then if you want to find your ID, okay, so if you click 3 dots, then export, then a window should appear. I'll just make it so you can actually see it. Okay, so if you see this window, just click create new. Then we can actually name it, so C to crouch, and then finish. Then once this just uploads, you can see this ID. If you just select these numbers, then copy, then just click OK because you don't need that. And then we can actually just delete our dummy and close the window. If we copy our ID, I'm just going to write out on the script so I don't forget. I just say note. And then if we just remove all this front bit, so we just have numbers left. So this is our animation ID. Close off the script and then make a new GUI. So add in a screen GUI and then rename it to crouch. And then if you add in a frame, then we can place it about here. Here we go. So this will be our, this is where the button will be. We can just make it a bit smaller. Let's actually put it down here so it matches team change. And then inside your frame, add in a text button. Or you can also add in a image button if you want like a custom texture. And then I'll just make it about this size. And if you just name the button to crouch, then make the frame invisible. And then I'm just going to take the same colour so it actually matches as this button. Here we go. Then text scaled, get the same font. And then last thing, let's just change the text colour as well as text. And then if you type in crouch, so then we know if you click it, then we'll be able to crawl. And then again, I'm just going to use roundify so it actually looks a bit better. The roundify, get rid of that window. Then let's just rename it to colour. And then change the Z index on the actual button to 2. Here we go, so now our round GUI is here. And then inside your button, let's add in a int value. So int value, here we go. And then if we just use our ID, so back into the script, find your ID, copy that, go back into your int value, and then change the value to your number. So make sure it's just exactly the same as the number. And then if you change your name to anim ID, so capital I and D, make sure that's actually inside the button. And then if you just close off that button and add in a local script, and then if we name this local script to animation script. Okay, so if you write out this script here, then you just close it off and then click play. And then once we load in, so once we're in, if you click, then you can see once you click it. So if you start walking, click, and then you can actually see we're actually crawling. The animation might look a bit weird because we actually didn't animate it properly, we just made him in a position. But if you click it again, then you can see you can keep crawling. If it glitches and you click that first, then walk, then it won't work, so make sure you're actually still walking, then click that. And this should work on mobile too, so if you test this out. So you can see originally we can't walk through, but if we crouch and then walk through, you can see it works. So then we can do it again, go through, and then we can escape. So we stop there. Okay, so now I'm just going to be doing it, so if you click C on your keyboard, then you can crouch. So if you insert a local script inside start character scripts, and then name it to crouch. So then if you write out this script here, then close it off, then click play. And now we're loaded in. If we hold C, you can see it plays our animation. And then if we let go, you can see we carry on walking. Then it still works with this one. Here we go. Then click stop. And save this. Then this is going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Also make sure to check out my Roblox group and Discord server also in the description, and I'll see you later. Bye!